Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dolce Vita Holidays. So I'm going to share my screen and bring up my slides. There we go. Hopefully everyone can still see me up in this little box here. So I always like to start with a quote, and this one is by Norman Vincent Peale. Christmas waves a magic wand over this world, and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful. I think that's very true. So I'm sitting in front of my Christmas tree here with the pretty sparkly lights, and I think everything this time of year is just more beautiful. In this webinar, I'll be focusing mainly on Christmas, but don't forget that there are other holidays this time of year. So let's respect everyone's traditions and possibly even learn from them. When you delve into the history of our holidays, especially Christmas, you'll learn that we borrowed many of our traditions from cultures that are much older than ours. So let's all have fun and enjoy ourselves. And here I have put together a list of the other holidays that are happening this time of year. So these are the winter holidays, as you can see the dates. There's Hanukkah, winter solstice, Yule, Christmas Eve, Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And if I left any out, please let me know. Before we get started, I wanted to just introduce myself if you are new to me. My name is Donna DeRosa. I am the author of the Big Book of Mediterranean Diet Cooking and the Flexitarian Cookbook for Beginners, and also A Year of Graceful Living. I'm a former automotive journalist and managing editor, and now I'm a lifestyle and wellness coach who specializes in Mediterranean living and longevity. I have two websites, donnaderosa.com, where I write about lifestyle and wellness, and mostly Mediterranean.com, where I share recipes. I also have a YouTube channel where you can see all of this in action. So let's get started. I wanted to get started by exploring some Italian Christmas traditions, because this presentation is about how to live La Dolce Vita during the holidays, and the Italians invented the concept of La Dolce Vita, the sweet life. So let's look at Italy. Christmas in Italy is celebrated from December 8th through January 6th, which is the Epiphany. The houses are decorated with trees and lights, just like we do. And you may also see a precipe. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right in Italian. And that is the nativity scene. And you can't see it behind me, but under my tree is a little nativity scene, my precipe. On Christmas Eve, they have La Vigilia, which is the vigil, where they refrain from eating meat until after midnight mass. So instead, they eat a light meat of fish. And in America, you'll notice that a lot of people practice the Feast of the Seven Fishes. I think that's more of an American concept than it is an Italian concept, but it is an Italian-American tradition. On the eve of the Epiphany, La Befana, who is a kindly old witch, goes from house to house looking for the Christ child, and she leaves fruits and nuts and sweets for children in their stockings by the fireplace. Does that sound familiar? In more modern times in Italy, they have Babbo Natale, which means Father Christmas, who brings presents on Christmas Eve. But traditionally in Italy, the gifts were exchanged on January 6th, which is the 12th day of Christmas and also the Epiphany. So just a little bit about how Italy celebrates a La Dolce Vita holiday. Next, I wanted to talk to you about getting into the Christmas spirit. So this time of year, some people get a little gloomy. They call it seasonal affective disorder. You know, it's the weather's getting cold, it's getting darker outside, it gets dark earlier at night. So there are ways to get into the Christmas spirit that I'm going to share with you. So what I like to do is I like to watch a classic holiday film or a TV special. So It's a Wonderful Life is my favorite Christmas movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, even outside of Christmas. But I also love to watch a Charlie Brown Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They're all the things that I watched when I was a kid, and they just give me that special feeling when I watch them. So try to watch a classic holiday film or a television special from your youth. Or I know a lot of people like to read holiday-themed books, and my choice this year is going to be Christmas in Paris by Anita Hughes. I picked it up at the library. Also, try to seek out local events in your area. So maybe your local high school or grade school is doing a Christmas show, and it'd be really fun to go see something like that. Maybe your kids are in a Christmas show. Or our town is doing a tree lighting ceremony. They were going to do it the other day, but it rained, so they postponed it. So we still have it yet to come. So I'm looking forward to that. They do it in the park. They have a gigantic tree. Santa comes on the fire engine and things like that. And it's fun. So maybe something like that is going on in your area as well. Or you can even go to maybe your local church and listen to the choir practicing, or even go ice skating. When I was a kid, I used to love ice skating, and I lived in New York for a time when we used to go to the rink that was in Central Park and go ice skating. It was a lot of fun. Also, I like to listen to Christmas music, and I have to try to refrain myself from listening to it all year long so that it's special at Christmas time. But usually after Thanksgiving, even on Thanksgiving night, I start listening to the Christmas music. And some of my favorites are the Charlie Brown Christmas album, because everyone loves the Charlie Brown Christmas album, right? But when I was a kid, I was all about the Partridge Family, and the Partridge Family Christmas album is a really good album. Even as an adult now, I really love it. It's one of my favorite Christmas albums. But I also like to listen to some more adult things like Andrea Bocelli or Sarah Brightman. I have Chris Bodie's Christmas album. I have Rosemary Clooney. They all have very elegant Christmas albums. So my next tip is to do something crafty. So make something for your house, a Christmas decoration. So you can make a wreath or maybe some ornaments for your tree, or design your own holiday cards. One year I made Christmas cards for everybody, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't even know if they noticed, but I had fun doing it. So it's all about what you do for yourself. And maybe you can even create some handmade gifts, like make some candles or some scented bath salts or bake cookies or put together cocoa kits or soup kits. I remember one year a friend of mine made a cocoa kit and made homemade marshmallows that he attached to them and gave them out, and it was wonderful. I thought it was a great gift. One of the things I've done this year, I do this every year actually, is I designed some gift tags for myself, and I'm going to show you here. I printed it out. Let's see if I can get that on camera. So I'm going to offer you this as a download that you can download for free. I'll put the link in the email that goes out with the replay, but you can print them on, like I just printed them on a piece of paper like this, and then you can cut them out and you can paste them or tape them to your gifts. Or if you have those full label sheets that you can get from Avery or a label company, you can print them on that and then they'll stick right to your presents. So I just thought it was a cute idea to give you a little gift from me. Another one of my tips is to shop small. So support your local businesses. Buy handmade gifts from your neighbors or from markets like Etsy. They'll be unique. They won't be the same thing you see in all the big box stores. I bet you if you ask around, you probably have a neighbor that makes candles or bath products or even candy. You really don't need to support the big corporations like Target and Walmart. I mean, there's not anything wrong with going to Target and Walmart. They are a way to save money, but you're going to kind of get things that aren't as unique. And it's really nice to support your neighbors who are trying to put their kids through school, or, and it's to support your local community. And even if you make handmade items, like I like to make candles and things like that. And I'm always really grateful when people buy from me instead of going to a big store and buying from a large corporation. So just shop small and support your local area. Another tip, and this is one of my fun ones, is to be glamorous. It's the holiday season and everything around you is sparkling. So why shouldn't you sparkle too? Like today, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I have on my purple velour blouse. It's one of my favorite things that I wear. It's very comfortable. It's shiny. It's pretty. It's my favorite color. So maybe you can wear a satin blouse or a velour top like this, or even velour trousers, or maybe try wearing some sparkly jewelry or a pin on your blouse, or wear maybe some beautiful hair accessories or a velvet bow in your hair, or dare to wear a bold lip color, something that you wouldn't normally wear. Like most of the time I use just like a little tinted lip balm, but sometimes it's fun to put on a red lip and just feel a little glamorous. And I don't have my nails painted now, but paint your nails or get them done for the season. Or, I have a little ring on today. There are things that I don't usually do in my daily life, but it's fun at Christmas time to get a little glamorous. So my next tip is to guard your time and energy. I want you to know that it's okay to say no to some invitations. This time of year, everyone wants you to come over and see what their decorations look like. Come over and see my tree, or there are Christmas parties at everyone's office, or just people are trying to do a million things for Christmas. And it's okay to guard your own time and say no to some of these invitations. There's a lot of guilt associated with the holidays, I think, because we don't always want to do all the things, but we feel like we have to. We feel obligated. I'm here to give you permission to say no to some of these things and to guard your own time. Because I want you to have fun, but I want you to have fun on your own terms. You don't have to do all the things. And it just takes some of the pressure off, knowing that it's okay to say no. You don't really have to explain yourself. You can just say no, and that's it. That's the end of the sentence. So don't feel guilty about not attending to everyone's needs, because it is your holiday too. So take care of yourself and do the fun things that you want to do. And there probably are things that you want to do with other people, but don't feel like you have to do everything for everybody. Another tip is to set limits on your spending. So stay within your budget. Don't go broke trying to make people happy with expensive gifts. Um, sometimes we feel guilty into showing our love with giving everything that we want to everybody, every member of our family. And when I was a kid, we would ask for things, and maybe sometimes it was a hardship for our parents to provide them, and maybe they really wanted to, and that's fine too if you really want to give somebody an expensive gift. But just make sure that it's within your budget. Don't make it a hardship on yourself, because there are other ways to show your love at this time of year. Another way to guard your time and energy is to delegate some of the holiday chores to your family members. So have them participate in helping you prepare the food or helping you decorate. They're the fun kind of the fun memories that you create with your family by everybody participating in things. So don't do everything yourself. And remember that it's not up to you to make people happy on this holiday. I have someone in my life who every year, without fail, says, I have absolutely no Christmas spirit whatsoever. And that's really that person's fault. It's nobody's fault outside of her. It's up to her to make herself happy. Happiness comes from within, and being happy is everyone's own personal responsibility. So it's not up to you to go out of your way to try to make people happy by buying them too many things and doing too many things for them. Just really, let them take responsibility for themselves. And my last reminder is that Christmas spirit doesn't come from something external. It doesn't come from the gifts or the parties or the feasts. It's an attitude. It's a point of view. I haven't had the happiest year ever of my life this year, but I'm still creating Christmas spirit for myself because I have an eternally optimistic attitude about life. And it served me well. Let me take a sip of water. So my next tip is to practice self-care. Now, I say this all the time, whether it's Christmas or not. But the holidays can be very stressful, and for some people, they may bring up some unpleasant memories. Not everyone had an ideal childhood. So remember to just take care of yourself. So ways that you can do that, maybe try a guided meditation to relieve anxiety. You can go on YouTube and just type in Christmas meditation, and you'll probably find some meditations that are Christmas themed or winter themed. Take care of your winter skin. At this time of year, I get instantly dry. As soon as the heat is on, forget it. I have to be doing mud masks or facial sheet masks. Use a nice scrub on your hands and feet. Buy yourself or make yourself a beautiful lotion. It's easier than you would think to make your own lotion. And sugar scrubs are really easy. You can get some sugar, maybe add some liquid soap to it, and just use it on your hands and your feet to soften everything up. Another tip is to donate something. So this is a wonderful time of year to donate your old coats and scarves and gloves to people who may need them. We're always looking for the latest thing to wear. I mean, I have lots of hats and I have lots of scarves, and every year I kind of want a new color and buy something new for myself. But maybe I can take some of those old things and donate them to someone that are still in good condition, and someone else can get a lot of use out of them. I don't really have any little kids in my family anymore, but I love shopping for kids. And if you do too, you can buy some toys and you can put them in a donation bin. So you still get the thrill of going into a toy store at Christmas and buying some toys. It's a lot of fun, but then donate them to someone. Or donate foods to a senior home or a shelter of some kind, or give the gift of your time. And my last, well, it's not really the last one, but we're getting near the end here, is to count your blessings. So think of all the good things that you have in your life. The holidays are a time of much commercialization and overspending, and every television commercial you see, people are just throwing money around and they just want you to shop, shop, shop. That's not really what the holidays are about. And it's easy to get caught up in games of comparison of whether or not you're buying enough for your kids compared to what your neighbor's buying for their kids or your friends are buying for their kids. So don't think about not having enough. Think about giving, and it will make all the difference, I promise. Don't think about what kind of gifts you're getting. Think about what you're giving out to other people. And it doesn't have to be expensive gifts. It could be your time. It could be, your handmade gifts. It could be anything. Just get outside of yourself. That's the spirit of Christmas. And you're still here, right? And that's reason enough to celebrate every year. So I wanted to just touch on the week between Christmas and New Year. A lot of times, things really slow down between Christmas and New Year's. And it's a really good time to just use this time to rest and to think and to start thinking about 2024. Make positive resolutions for yourself. We all like to make Christmas resolutions, but I want you to think of them in terms of positivity. So, for example, I don't want you to think about, I'm going to lose weight in the new year. Instead, think about, I'm going to eat healthier in the new year. It's just a more positive way of looking at it. Think about feeling good on the inside and the out. So, I want you to have a wonderful holiday season. And don't forget, when the replay link goes out, you can get your free download. It'll go out with the email, and feel free to share the download and the link to this presentation, the replay, to anyone who you think would enjoy these tips. And I wanted to end with a quote, as I always do. So this is from Dr. Seuss. Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. So have a very wonderful holiday season. And if anyone has any questions, now is the time to ask them. You can put them in the chat box. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. See my lovely Christmas decorations behind me. So if anyone has any questions, now will be the time to ask. Or if you're watching this on the replay, wherever you see it, if you see it on YouTube or if it comes in your email, you can reply to any email that I send to you. You can comment on the YouTube. If you have any questions about anything this holiday season, or if you just want to say Merry Christmas, I'm sure to answer you. I answer all of my emails that I get. I hope you have a very wonderful holiday season. I don't see any questions coming in. So this is just a little brief presentation that I want to do to help you get into the Christmas spirit. And I hope you have a very wonderful holiday and a happy new year. I have lots of good things planned for next year, so I hope you stick with me, and we'll see how it goes. Have a great time, everyone. Bye.